This is the 2026 Honda Passport TrailSport Elite S. Does it have the right features at the right price? Hey everybody, it's Tom from Vehicle Visionary. I hope you're having a great day. Today I'm at Holmes Honda and we're going to go over the particulars on this new Passport, fully redesigned with a lot of great features and functionality. If you want to know more, check out the link down in the description of the video. When we come to the front end, we're going to see something that I know a lot of you are looking for with any Honda you buy, and that's going to be fog lights. Those are LED fog lights down here on the front end. We'll also have those orange recovery hooks, LED daytime running lights, and while it's not functional, I have to say I do like the look of the scoop right here. Now you will find the blacked out Honda logo and the TrailSport logo here, as well as the Passport logo stamped into the front end. And here's something that's very important, your forward-facing camera. And if you're wondering what that is the front camera washer. I'll show you how that works when we get into the interior. This model is going to be all-wheel drive, and it is extremely capable when it comes to dealing with off-road situations. Now that might be a bit of a surprise to some people, but I'll show you some video that gives you an idea of how that works, especially with the hill descent control. It does a great job of basically grabbing, so to speak, and just slowly working its way down. Gives you a lot of confidence in dealing with situations like that. And you'll see the HPD logo on the center cap of the 18-inch alloy wheel. We're going to have those at every corner. And when it comes to our side view mirrors, you do have the gloss black here. Turn signal indicators are built in. They're power adjustable. You have your blind spot monitoring. They're also heated. And one more thing, everything you want is going to be here. You can push the button right here to fold those in. Also, you can set things up to where these mirrors will fold and unfold when you lock and unlock the vehicle. And here is our gray interior, platinum white exterior, gray interior. I really like the way this looks. You'll find the TrailSport logo in the headrest here. Tell me what you think about this color scheme. You'll also find those roof rails up top. That's going to help a lot with additional cargo capacity depending on what your situation is. And we'll finish things off here with what I would say are the tastefully done taillights. You do have your Passport logo again stamped back here. This stands out a little bit more with the inserts. That works well. Obviously, we're going to have our trailer hitch. This is a class 3, and you also have something that I think will be welcoming to a lot of people, and that's the fact that you can go ahead and plug everything in that you need to for your trailer lights. All that good stuff is here as well. And with the logo right there, that sticker, I should say, you know that this is a hands-free tailgate. Now, I don't know for sure if it's turned on in the infotainment screen. It is. If for some reason you kick your foot underneath the bumper like that and it doesn't open, go into your center screen right there. I'll try and remember to show you later in the video with that 12.3-inch screen, and you can make sure that is turned on. Now, one more thing I like to show here. Let's say that you have a low ceiling where you park your Passport and you need to lower this tailgate to make sure it doesn't hit anything when you open it. Here's how you reset it. And you'll notice all I did was just pull it down, and we just hold the button down and listen for the beeps. And once you hear those beeps, that's why it says hold to set height, you'll know that it has been reset. You can tow up to 5,000 pounds, by the way, while we're on the subject of what we've got going on back here. And let me wait just a second there. Now I'm gonna open that back up. And to reset it, you just repeat the process. Just push it back or pull it down to wherever you need it to be, whatever the situation is, hold the button down and listen for the beeps again. Something that has also changed is when you open the hood, you don't have to go looking for a prop rod. You have the struts that will help to raise and keep the hood up. And for those who might be concerned that this being a brand new model for 2026 fully redesigned, that there might be a turbocharged 4-cylinder under the hood the way some competitors have gone, not in this case. This is a 3.5-liter dual overhead cam V6. It makes 285 horsepower and 262 pounds-feet of torque, a naturally aspirated engine. How about your MPGs? I know you probably can't see the sticker very well, but I'll tell you what the numbers are. A bit of a glare today. 18 city, 23 highway, 20 combined, and 5 gallons of gas per every 100 miles driven. You have an 18.5-gallon gas tank, and on a single tank of gas, you should be able to drive about 370 miles. Cargo capacity ranges between 44 up to 83.2 cubic feet, depending on whether or not you have the seat backs in their upright position or not. There is a panoramic sunroof with a power shade that can be drawn back and forth, and the front portion will slide and tilt open. We have a couple of areas right here, such as what's behind the fender well and above, for storage capacity. And underneath the floor, this floor is removable, by the way, if you want to take it all the way out. Now, there is your spare tire. However, there is another option. You can take this area, fold it up like that, and you can actually have a full-size spare mounted here if you want to, or you could just use this area for whatever it is you need cargo space-wise. And there's one thing, actually two things that are good here. We have our power outlet, but one thing that's very interesting. I'm going to push that button right there. Now, notice that illuminated in green. That is the walk-away feature. What that does is it allows you to gather up whatever you need to. You can get your hands full back here, and all you have to do is walk away, and the tailgate is automatically going to close just a couple of seconds after you walk from underneath it. Just one of those nice little conveniences that Honda offers. And you can see that I've opened the shade all the way on the panoramic sunroof, just so you can see how that looks. And when it comes to our door panels, let's bring that door in just a little bit. Nice large armrest. The upper and the lower door bins are here. I like that. Couple of cup holders, plenty of space for whatever your rear seat passengers need. There's also a little bit of space on this upper area of the seat back on the front seats, and then you have your more traditional map pockets or rear seat pockets right there. And something that I know a lot of people feel is very important, it's all here. You've got your air conditioning vents. You're also going to have plenty of connectivity options back here. As you can see, we're going to have another power outlet right there and a couple of USB options. Something we don't need today, but you do have heated outboard seats, and all of the controls are here with the command center for temperature and fan speed. One thing that I know a lot of people like to know about is, do the seats recline? They have recline built into them, but you can't actually change that position and increase or decrease the recline. Just something I know a lot of you like to know about. But as funny as it may sound, this is one of my favorite features. The design of the fold-down armrest with the cup holders built in. Why do I like that so much? Normally, you would have these parallel cup holders right here as opposed to being vertical like this. If there's a cup in each holder, your passengers can still use this as an armrest. That should be in a lot more vehicles. At least that is my personal opinion. And for those of you parents out there that have the child safety seats, I like that you have the exposed latch system right here. That way you don't have any covers you have to remove and keep up with. Just a little bit less to deal with. What's the sticker price? If you see anybody asking that question down in the comments section, make sure to let them know that it's in the video. They just need to be patient enough to watch it. It's just a bunch of fives. $55,555 is the sticker price. Let's see what else you get for the price. By the way, there is your remote. Lock, unlock, remote start. You can open and close the power tailgate. If you need to panic a little bit, you can push that button right there and hold that down, and the panic button will do its thing and set the horn off for you. Now let's talk about what you'll find on the passenger side over here. I like the use of the space right here that Honda has. Just additional storage space. A lot of vehicles have that available, but there's usually some kind of a trim piece or something over that. And that little bag down there, that's where your wheel lock key is located. If you need to change one of your tires, you have wheel locks on this model and plenty of room within that glove box. There's a lot of space within the door bins, upper and lower, and you have the nice large armrest. Now let's talk about the passenger seat. It is power adjustable. The only thing it doesn't do is raise and lower and does not have lumbar support, but on the driver's side you do have all of those things in addition to what we have right here, something I am very happy about. Ventilated seats, heated seats. You also have a heated steering wheel. It just seems inappropriate to talk about that right now because it is humid outside today here in Northwest Louisiana. Upper console features something that we're starting to see less of, it seems, in vehicles these days, a sunglass holder. Nice to know that's there. Here's where you manage your power shade. That's where you open and close the sunroof. And I think you know what else is there where all of that is concerned. Now, one thing I do think that you should have on all vehicles, no matter the price point, if you have seat memory on the driver's side, it should be on the passenger side. Who knows? Maybe we'll see that in the future. You know what's over here? I already showed you that. Everything for controlling your side view mirrors And then you can lock and unlock the windows if you want to right there. Roll the windows down and back up, lock and unlock buttons. And right here, we can also open and close the power tailgate. Now, you do have a manually adjustable steering wheel. It's tilt and telescopically adjustable, but I like that. It works well. Whoever's driving can set everything up with the driver's seat and the steering wheel to their liking. In fact, let's lower that just a little bit to make it easier to see the driver's display. When I turn the headlights on, you'll see the illumination in front of the likeness of the Passport there on the screen. The brake lights work as well, and the turn signals do too. Kind of an interesting little thing to see where that is concerned. And by the way, as we look at adaptive cruise control and all your settings right there for that, you do have Honda Sensing here, which includes adaptive cruise control, collision mitigation braking, road departure mitigation, lane keeping assist, and traffic jam assist. It's all here. And here is how you control your headlights and your fog lights, your blinkers, all that good stuff right there. And you can go through and make a lot of changes or go through a lot of information here using the scroll wheel. If you want to go in and customize the display, you can do that right here, depending on what you want to do. There's a lot going on where that's concerned. I'm not going to cover everything on that, but you can also go through with this scroll wheel and do some things as well. So you can see some of the changes, or I shouldn't say changes, but options over there on the right-hand side, depending on what you need to do. A few things to sort through just to show you as I scroll through. So there's a lot going on here, but don't let that fool you and make you think that it's overly complicated, because it's not. We can even go in and make changes to the display. So depending on what you want, gauge design, if you want to change that, you can do that. So I'm going to just go in here and show you just a couple of things real fast, just for the heck of it. There is one right there. We'll go down and do one more just because I know a lot of people like to see this. I'm not going to do everything, but you can see that there are some options where that is concerned. Now, you're going to have your shifter paddles here to manage your 10-speed automatic transmission, and there are multiple driving modes, as you can see right here. We'll go through those modes real fast. So we're going to start actually up here with normal. Then we go to Econ. You can see the accompanying graphics. Snow is right there. We also have trail, sand, and your tow mode, and then we go all the way back up to the top. And there is your sport mode. I want to spend some time here on the 12.3-inch touchscreen because there is a lot to talk about here. But the first thing I want to do is first go back to this lever for your windshield wipers and all that good stuff. You'll notice that it says camera right there. Here's what comes up. You're going to have your trail cam. There are a lot of different views here. Depending on what you need to see, we can go through and see several different views with all of that. We're also going to have our overhead view, but let me show you something here that happens. There is your front camera washer. So if you were curious to how that works, all I did was pull the lever back right there. You don't have to have that on your screen for it to work. Every time you run your windshield washer fluid, it's automatically going to spray a stream of windshield washer fluid across the front camera, and you're good to go with that. Now let's talk about our screen here, because there is a lot going on. You're going to have Apple CarPlay and Android Auto. You can wirelessly pair your smartphone. You've got Google Maps built in, Alexa. You can see what all is here. When you go into general settings, here's what you're going to have, just to show you some of what is here, because there's a few things here that you can go in and work with, change different settings, or you can go here to vehicle settings. I want to show you this because there's some pretty cool things here. Number one, menu. We're going to go right here. Let's say that you didn't have a platinum white exterior color. Maybe you had some other color on here. If I can get that to work for me, there we go. In fact, we'll just go through a few of these. Now, in my opinion, the lighter colors do tend to show up better on the screen. We've already seen right there what we have with our color on this particular model. But you can see what all is here. So I'm going to leave that as it was. But that's one of the things you can go and change if you want to do that. You can also go right here and see a few other things as far as your driver assist system setup. You can go in and manage that. Nice graphics, by the way. I like what Honda has done here, but you can see that you don't have to just go with certain settings that are here. There are changes you can make depending on what you might want to do. I'm not going to go through everything, but just to give you a little bit of an idea, the graphics are really nice. And I know for a lot of people, they might say, well, that's not a big deal. And I understand that, but it's here, so I might as well show it to you and let you see what's going on. Very easy to use, very easy to learn, not complicated at all. And over here on the right-hand side, now you can't get rid of that area, but you can scroll through a few different things. I've had some people ask me about how to do that. Unfortunately, there is no way to do that, so it isn't going to take up the entirety of the screen. I do understand that would be a nice thing to have, but you can see what is there. Now let's go back here to vehicle settings, because there are a couple of things that I want to show you that are very important as far as the vehicle itself goes. And here's what you need to do if you go back to the power tailgate back there and it doesn't open. We're going to scroll right down here to power tailgate setup. So here's what you need to do. Make sure keyless open is set. Keyless open mode is set to any time. You can see that that can be when unlocked or to any time. It really depends on what you want. But you can also see power open by outer handle. And how about hands-free access? Again, if that's not working, come back here and make sure that it's on. It gives you a nice little graphic there to let you know exactly where you need to kick your foot for that to happen. Very nice, very easy to deal with. I like it. Simplicity. But it's always good to know where these things are in case you're looking for them. Now let's take a look here a little bit more at what we have. You've seen our heated and ventilated seat controls. You also have everything for your dual zone climate control here in the front seat area. You can also go to your rear settings and manage that here if you want to. A little bit of space right here for a phone or whatever will fit. A couple of USB options and a 12-volt power outlet. And the wireless charging pad. I'd love to see a second wireless charging pad right here. It just makes sense that that would be there. What do you think about that? Do you think that should be something that Honda makes available? The push button shifter, it gets mixed reviews from different people. Some like it, some don't. But there it is. Cup holders. We also have, as you saw earlier, our drive mode selector. Hill descent control, and you can turn the auto stop start or idle stop off, or maybe some of you want to turn it on. You can do that too. Your power parking brake and brake hold mode. And one thing that is definitely nice here, in my opinion, you don't have the fold-down armrests anymore that we had a couple of years ago with the Passport. Now the center console lid, as was the case in 2025, is the armrest. But you also have a lot of space within that area. And one thing I wanted to make sure to cover, you do have the Bose Premium 12-speaker audio system. I'll give you a quick sampling of how that sounds. I don't want to make that too long, but I know that's something a lot of you want. Hopefully that does a good job of giving you an idea. Here in person, it definitely sounds very good, very crisp, and obviously you can go in and make a lot of adjustments to make it sound exactly the way you want it to. And a couple of things I wanted to show you before we get out on the road for our test drive. First of all, I told you when you lock the vehicle, you can have your mirrors fold in or unfold like that. Something that's just nice to have. You don't have to worry about that. And when you hop inside, let's see what happens with our driver's display. Now the music is the same, but the graphics have definitely changed. And how about driving the Passport? You might wonder, with it being a little more off-road capable than other models out there, it's going to have some underbody protection in a couple of different areas to help out in those situations. But the ride quality is still very comfortable. I feel very comfortable here in the driver's seat overall because the area is so spacious, not only in the front seat, but the back seat as well. Plenty of room for driver and passengers, so no problems there. And as I mentioned earlier in the video, plenty of adjustability built in here with the driver's seat and with the steering wheel. So no matter your height, unless you are extraordinarily tall, you should have no trouble, or maybe I should say extraordinarily short, but one way or another, you should have no trouble, most likely, setting things up here to where you're nice and comfortable, able to see no problems. And that's one big advantage here that you definitely have, is that not only is it easy to see out of all of the windows, but you also have your blind spot monitoring. So that's going to help you out. It's going to give you that indication and you'll see the warning indicator there on the side view mirror if somebody is in your blind spot. So everything works very well. And one thing I like here, I know a lot of people in the past with other Honda models have complained about some of the driving aids, such as lane keeping assist, being a little bit on the aggressive side. That is not the case now, so you're good to go where that's concerned. And as I showed you earlier in the video, you can go and make changes to those features if you need to, so that is not a problem. Everything is easy to get to. The gas and the brake pedal are very manageable, and it's a nice maneuverable vehicle. It may not be as maneuverable as something that's a good bit smaller, but for its size, I'd say it's quite maneuverable. It works very well. Easy to accelerate with. I like that. You get up to speed when you need to, as we're going to do right now. We're going to get on up to speed here on the road that we're getting on. And I'm not pushing the pedal that hard. I'll let you listen. You'll have to tell me what you think. Is that too much road noise? Is it perfect? Is it just right? What is the situation? For me, I don't think it's a big deal, but keep in mind, it is so quiet in here right now. Fan speed is on low. I'm not talking to anybody. So when it comes to just sitting here and not talking to those of you who are watching, it's really quiet in here, but that's why I have it set up that way. But to me, I think it's a very manageable situation, or should I say acceptable situation, with the road noise not being too bad. It is a little bit on the windy side today too, so that does contribute a little bit. But that's one of the reasons why I always like to say you need to drive these vehicles for yourself, so you can determine. Maybe you'll say, wow, Tom, the road noise was even less in person than it sounded like on your video, or whatever the situation is. So tell me what you think about the 2026 Honda Passport TrailSport Elite S. Does it have the right features at the right price? Tell me what your thoughts are down in the comment section. I'd like to say a special thanks to my friends at Holmes Honda for loaning me this Passport for the day so I could tell you all about it. And a special thanks to all of you for being kind enough to give me the opportunity to give you a vision for your next vehicle. If you enjoyed this video, please be sure to hit the like button. That helps me a lot. Please share this video, if you would, on your timelines on social media. Make sure to subscribe so you don't miss any future videos. If you would like to learn about additional vehicles you may wish to consider purchasing, check out the video that's on the screen right now, and I will see you there.